The Super Mario Galaxy movie has been out for a little over a week now, which is enough time for me to post my spoiler review. So if you haven't seen the movie yet and want to avoid spoilers, this isn't the video for you. Since this is a movie, one not on a streaming platform at that, I obviously can't really show footage, so I'll do my best to describe what I'm talking about or recreate the scene in some way. So most of the background footage for this video will just be random gameplay. This will be structured like most of my other reviews, split into several different categories. As you'd expect, the story is fairly basic, so here's my brief rundown of it, and by brief I mean not really. Bowser Jr. kidnaps Rosalina so he can use her power to destroy the universe. Kinda weird how he was able to do something in like 5 minutes that Bowser wasn't able to do throughout the entire first movie, but okay. Mario and Luigi go to the Sand Kingdom from Super Mario Odyssey to fix a pipe in the inverted pyramid, which is blocked by Yoshi, and then after that they go to Peach's birthday party. She learns through a Luma that Rosalina has been kidnapped and sets off with Toad to go find her. They end up at the Gateway Galaxy and Toad gets his backpack stolen by like a monkey or something. They chase the monkey and end up in Wart's Casino. This location is really cool. They even play Jump Up Superstar from Odyssey, which was surprising. Well, a remix of it anyway, not the actual song from the game. It was cool seeing these characters that hadn't been used in years. My only complaint is that Mouser didn't say anything. I was really hoping to hear a voice similar to his Super Show version, but oh well. Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi have to look after the kingdom for a little bit, which is kinda funny, I guess. And then Bowser Jr. shows up to take Bowser back since he's still tiny from the last movie. He uses a UFO to take Peach's castle into the sky, and after some fighting with Bowser Jr., the castle crashes down onto the Honey Hive Galaxy. Bowser tries to escape and it doesn't go well for him. And they eventually end up in the Honey Queen's palace, who basically tries to enslave them for their crimes of destroying a flower field due to the castle crashing down. Bowser, who got returned to normal size a bit earlier, makes the bold sacrifice and takes their punishment for them. Maybe he truly redeemed himself. Also, I'm pretty sure the bees are evil in the movie universe. They obviously hold the protagonist hostage for like 5 seconds, but okay, in their defense, they did destroy the bees' property. But they've got the bugs from Galaxy held, like they're slaves. They're basically held hostage, they're slaves. The bros and Yoshi leave the Honey Hive Galaxy on top of one of the bugs and head towards the Gateway Galaxy. Bowser is left behind, but not for long because Bowser Jr.'s UFO comes and takes him. Anyway, Peach and Toad are still at the Gateway Galaxy and they need a ship in order to get to Space Junk Galaxy. And they happen to run across Fox McCloud from, hey, wait a minute, that's not Mario. This is really cool, but why on earth did they spoil it beforehand? There were also some Pikmin, which is neat, but again, spoiled via official accounts. There's at least one other non-Mario cameo that wasn't spoiled, so that's good. Mario meets back up with Peach and Toad, and everyone gets into Fox's ship to go to Space Junk Galaxy. Then they get into a fight with the giant UFO and crash land on Fossil Falls from Super Mario Odyssey, which is a planet now, I guess. Mario and Luigi got turned into babies as well because Bowser Jr. has a gun that can just do that, I guess. But it was made by EGAD, I swear to you. It's kept in an arsenal of weapons, with some being EGAD creations. I'll get more into that during the Easter egg section. The baby stuff is kind of funny, I guess, but it doesn't really serve any purpose to the plot. Thankfully, it doesn't last all too long, though. We did get the first official appearance of Baby Toad, though, so yeah, big year for long-standing characters getting baby forms. Happened 3 times, we got Baby Bowser Jr. too. Since they're still stuck on the dinosaur planet, they're kinda out of luck. Luigi then starts randomly using a radio that somehow reaches the Comet Observatory with the Lumas, so they manage to fly it to Fossil Falls and rescue everybody. It's then revealed that Peach and Rosalina are sisters. Okay, I mean, I believe that was the original plan for the games before being scrapped, but I guess it's canon now, at least in the movies. Whatever, this doesn't matter to me at all. And they head to Planet Bowser, which is a cool combo of World Bowser from 3D World being a theme park, Castle Bowser from Wonder with the color scheme, and the final levels from the Galaxy games. It's a really cool location. Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Peach all drop onto the planet. They split up. Mario goes with Peach and Luigi with Yoshi. Mario and Peach get sent down into this area after falling through a trapdoor into what's basically a castle level from the games. I really like this part because they cut between Mario and Peach and Bowser Jr. And Bowser Jr. is actually creating the level in real time, much like Super Mario Maker. It's even represented with sprite art like the first Super Mario Bros. Game. Bowser then goes to face them head on. They're on a bridge, just like the first game. It's a really cool scene. Then, using an axe, like Super Mario Bros., Mario cuts the support holding the bridge up, and Bowser falls in lava and dies. And then they roll credits. Not really though, because he reemerges as Dry Bowser, which I totally called, by the way. They actually foreshadowed it in a pretty clever way early on. Although if it was easy enough for me to catch, even before the movie came out, maybe it wasn't that clever. Bowser said, "Oh, burn the skin off your bones" when he was small. You can hear them say that in the first trailer. Turns out it was the other way around. I really like Dry Bowser's design in this movie. It's very similar to the games, but his hair is fire. Okay. Peach goes off to save Rosalina. Then the final battle begins. Bowser and Bowser Jr. versus Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi. This was such a good fight scene. Way better than the first one's final battle in my opinion. Mario uses the drill mushroom from Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Luigi uses the cloud flower. And Yoshi uses the blimp fruit from Mario Galaxy 2. He barely uses it though, he just kind of floats there. Luigi gets a hold of Bowser Jr.'s paintbrush and summons Mr. Game & Watch for some reason, who completely obliterates Dry Bowser. Like, he gets blown up into pieces basically. Then Bowser Jr. throws Bowser's shell at Game & Watch and he dies. After that, Bowser Jr. summons the Ruined Kingdom Dragon from Super Mario Odyssey. That was really surprising to me. I was expecting it to be like an evil version of the blue dragon from Mario Wonder, but nope. The dragon then eats Bowser Jr., but then Mario uses the second worst galaxy power-up to save him. Okay. Bowser gets left as just a skull, which is kind of weird. I mean, his pieces are still everywhere, but still. Peach then saves Rosalina and they basically destroy Bowser's planet. And that's basically it. It's an okay plot, I guess, but suffers from similar problems to the first movie. It just goes by too fast. There's no time for any location to breathe. You're barely at the Honey Hive Galaxy for like 5 minutes. That's nothing. They didn't even show the Bee power-up or anything. They were just there, and then they weren't. It still worked in my opinion, and I was never bored, but it just barely followed any actual plot. And the Galaxy game story, it's not that, if you were expecting that. I mean, I wasn't surprised or anything. These movies are clearly doing their own thing and just taking inspiration from all of the games, but making one the main focus. And that works for me personally. I get why it didn't work for a lot of the critics though, because they actually watch movies. I don't. The post-credit scenes were pretty disappointing in my opinion. The first one showed Fox going back to his universe, which kind of is pointing towards a Star Fox movie, I guess. I probably wouldn't watch it. Then it goes to Bowser and Bowser Jr. in jail, or at least what's left of Bowser, you know, since Mr. Game & Watch killed him. And then they show the annoying suicidal Luma from the first movie as a prison guard now. Okay. The second one made my eyes roll. It's Daisy. Boo. Wario and Waluigi were robbed as per usual. Thanks for watching this far into the video. If you've enjoyed it so far, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. The animation is still top notch. It's not much, if any, better than the first movies, but it didn't really need to be. Given that it was less than 3 years between movies, expecting any major improvements in the animation is kind of unrealistic. It looks really good though, and I doubt it could get much better even if they were given significant time to improve it. People always make fun of and hate on Illumination for their animation, but I mean, they proved those people wrong with the Mario movies at the very least. I think all the characters are pretty good, I guess. I really liked Wart in this movie, although that might be just because I'm a fan of the more obscure stuff. Fox was cool too. Never played a Star Fox game outside of the first on Switch Online. I couldn't really get into it, unfortunately. Rosalina was kind of butchered, I guess, but I don't really care about her, so it didn't bother me in the slightest. She's just the damsel in distress throughout basically the entire movie. Darn. Bowser Jr. was a highlight though, although I find it kind of odd that he was a bigger threat than Bowser ever was in the first movie, but I like that we got to see a bit of backstory. Not much or anything, but it was still there. I really wish we got to see his mother though, since that's a big mystery that we've had ever since his introduction back in Mario Sunshine. And I was honestly expecting it too, since we saw Mario and Luigi's family in the first movie for the first time. Bowser was kind of off in my opinion. It felt like he genuinely wanted to change for the better, but then Bowser Jr. talking to him for like 3 seconds made him switch back. But who cares? Seeing Dry Bowser on the big screen was really cool. They did it. They referenced the RPGs. That was shocking. The Dark Prognosticus from Super Paper Mario appears in the library at the beginning. Why does she have that? Does that mean the wedding in the first movie could have had multiverse-ending consequences? There were some other ones like the royal stickers from Sticker Star and a Watness symbol from Mario and Luigi Brothership, and that was just the library scene at the beginning. I did confirm with screenshots that people definitely legally posted online, which I can't show because they were totally legal. And that was it for the RPG stuff, but hey, I'm happy. Except there's supposedly a musical reference, I believe, but I'm not in the music section yet, so I won't talk about it. Egad himself isn't here, unfortunately, but he undoubtedly exists in the movie's universe. His logo was plain and clear on a mug held by Kamek, and Bowser Jr. had tons of his inventions in his weapons arsenal, like Flood and the Poltergeist 5000. At least that's what I think it was. I couldn't tell exactly, though. The music was excellent once again, and they fixed one of my and many others' biggest complaints about the first movie, the licensed songs. They're basically non-existent here with like one or two playing and not for very long, but they kind of introduced a whole other problem. I feel like there's barely any remixes here. It's almost all original music, which is fine, but the first movie's soundtrack was so good because of the various remixes and callbacks to previous Mario music. Plus, that movie's soundtrack was way more varied. It felt like they referenced basically every game. In this one, it's mostly Galaxy music, which is fine. I expected that. It is the Super Mario Galaxy movie after all, but still, it got kind of repetitive hearing Gusty Garden Galaxy like 40 different times. Oh, and the music that references an RPG is apparently a master artist at work, which supposedly has the Bowser's Keep theme from the original Super Mario RPG in there. I can kind of hear it, but at the same time, not really. It's probably one of those things where if you're told to listen for it, you can hear it, but if you aren't going to be able to hear it. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a fun experience, and that's all I could have really wanted. Sure, it has its problems, yes, but I don't really care. I'm not a big movie fan, so I guess I don't know what a good movie is. So take everything I've said with a grain of salt. It's a good Mario movie, not necessarily a good Mario movie. A lot like the first one, I probably used that exact analogy before. But if you enjoyed the first, you'll probably like this one as well. As for which I think is better, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. They're pretty equal in my opinion, but I honestly think I like the first just a bit better. It feels more monumental. It's the one I'll look back on more fondly. The first Mario movie in 30 years, and it's actually faithful to the source material. But I don't know really. I'll probably have to watch them back to back and do an entire versus video on them at some point. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and what you thought of the movie. Yes, spoilers are allowed now. But hey, I definitely like this movie more than the first Galaxy game. I have to be quiet when I say that. My life is at stake.